Well, welcome back to Schmattz Outdoors, everyone. We're just out here enjoying a beautiful spring day. Probably the nicest day we've had so far this spring. Today's video for you guys is going to be a compilation video of all my raccoons and skunk catches from this past season. I try to leave as much of the location, where, you know, why the set's where it is, all that type of information in the video for you guys. Some of the clips kind of end up being a little wonky just because, you know, there is some information in there that I don't feel like's real helpful to you. So I tried to, you know, trim some of that information out of there just so you guys didn't have to, you know, sit through a bunch of, you know, me talking about what the rest of my day was that day or what else I was doing on the line that day. There may be a little of that in there too, but I tried to kind of keep that to a minimum. So I'm trying to just show you the catches, and I'm trying to show you why the sets are there, or, you know, where the sets are at, that type of information. So yeah, enjoy this video. It's going to be all the raccoons and skunks I made, catches I made this season, in order from the first one to the last one. Yeah, otherwise I think that's all I got to start this video off. I hope you enjoy. Like I said, it's kind of interesting to go through, you know, when you're doing a day-to-day, you know, you kind of see one catch, but when you do kind of these compilation type videos, to me it's kind of interesting. You don't really realize some trends and different things that happen while you're you know, in a day-to-day type of video that you might be able to notice here, you know, where I'm catching the same animals in the same spots or locations, that type of deal. So yeah, all right, I think that's all I got to start this video. I hope you guys enjoy. Again, it's going to be just straight through skunks and raccoons, and then I'll do a little outro at the end. All right, guys, we're made through the line. I'm a few stops down. Maybe I've checked a dozen or so traps, which the fact that I only got 3 dozen out is, you know, telling, you know, that it's slow. But I do have 2 catches here. We're going to get out and show you this catch, and we're going to take care of him. And then I have another one caught up by the front of the house over here, at least one more caught, and I still got a couple more sets in this yard. I've showed this one plenty. The set that I got the catch in right now is the same set that I caught that 32.6 pound raccoon in last year. There really wasn't a lot of sign right where I got this trap, so a little surprised I caught anything really, and then caught what I have here. So again, I'm a third of the way through the line here. I got 3 catches actually, but we'll get out and show you this one. I'll take care of him, and then when I get back over by the other one, I'll turn you guys back on and show you that. But we'll get out here quick. Not going to get terribly close because he is a mud ball. So we got ourselves a skunk right here. Again, right here, it looks like they're going underneath this greenery here, you know, and this part of it's kind of collapsed. Then there's this barn, or what's left of a barn in here. The trees have kind of grown through it, but doesn't look like a very big skunk. That coyote trap was froze to his foot, so I literally just pulled the entire trap, and I'll be doing the same thing with this thing. It looks like it's just solid mud, the trap and everything, so we'll get the animal out of it, but we're gonna just pull the trap and we'll put a clean one here, because my trap is right here, right in the front of him. You can just barely see it in the mud. So looks like a real small skunk, but like I said, we'll get him out of here. We'll get him dispatched, get him out of here, try and get this set remade, and we'll move on. Like I said, over here is the house, and I have a second catch over there right in front of that house. I do have I have one more set on the other side of this greenery, and I have one back over. There's a building right here. I got one kind of behind that building too that I haven't checked. The one over here, the golf ball was just knocked off of it, so which could easily be skunks. I think will do that to you. They eat my paste, my lure paste I make. They eat that and knock the golf ball off, but then don't play around in there. But obviously this one did because I got him caught. So I don't know. Like I said, I kind of wondered with the sign that's around this place. There's a fair amount of sign, especially up by the front of the house, and I'll show you that. Kind of wondered if this wasn't going to be the case here, but I don't know. I'm getting a little whiff of skunk right now, so I hope he didn't spray too much. But all right, guys. So we're in the same yard here. We're just up by the house here, and it's an abandoned farm place here. So I have a dog proof right here in between this building and this steel bin that the ball was knocked off of. And right over here on the other side, this is where that barn is. On the other side there, I got that other little skunk just finishing dispatching. I want to make sure he's dead before I take him out of the trap. And then I do have a set behind this little building here on the back side, kind of this corner of it. I have a dog proof that wasn't touched. What I have here is, like I said, the house is right here. So what I did is I threw a double 220 box in here. The front porch of this house has fell off, and it looks like they're going under there, and then they go under here in the corner. But whammo, we got ourselves a great big skunk there. Suitcase caught in a 220. So there's a 220 on this end, and then right in the middle of it, there's actually a hot dog and marshmallows on where this kind of light colored board is there. But behind me here is the one I seen when I pulled in. So I actually got a double here. All right, so I hope you guys could see that right here. And it actually goes to this side of that building. And I just was looking at maybe even putting another 160 over there, and I decided not to. But the trail comes right here. If I get over here, you can see it goes right here, right around, and whammo, there's a skunk right there next to that bush. So I just had a 160 right here, and this trail is going up the old sidewalk, and then it goes right here, kind of right up here, and it almost looks like they're going right into this porch of this house. Either that, it looks like they kind of go around the corner over there. So we got ourselves a skunk right here, another one over there, and a third one over here being dispatched. I much prefer to catch them in 160s or 220s like this, because then they're done and I don't have to dispatch them. One of these two stinks though, so I'm guessing they, one of them, probably that one over there, then the 220 sprayed. That's why I put a 160 here. I bought some 160s for the purpose of actually catching skunks, to hope we get a little better catches on them, to dispatch them quicker so they don't spray. But I think it's still going to be a crapshoot. One's going to spray, one's not. It just, you never know how it hits them, surprises them, they spray a little. But yeah, 3 skunks in this yard here. I hate to say it, that probably means I ain't going to probably catch too many raccoons in this yard if the skunks are in here. But yeah, anyway, I'm by this abandoned farm place. So the other day I had a skunk over here, and I had 2 right here by this house. As soon as I got out of my truck, I could smell him. So we got ourselves right here, and can't really see in the sun, but right here, there's a skunk in my 160 again right there. I could smell him as soon as I got out, so he must have sprayed some. So there you go, you get a little better look at him. So all this is, like I said, just a trail set there, kind of going right next to this bush, and it literally looks like they're going right here and like right into this porch. So yeah, I mean, about as obvious of a set. Like I said, like here's the trail, it goes right here, goes out and over that way, and then it heads for this building over here. So, and I do have a dog proof like right here that the ball was knocked off the first day, but have caught nothing since. So I don't know, like I said, typically, I'll catch skunks and dog proofs because I did the first day too. So, all right, we're on the board, 1 skunk. Not really what I'm after, but I think I mentioned it that first day. The fact that I had 3 in one day back here, I imagine this whole farm place is probably full of them. And we're going to probably, if we get some warmer weather here too, because it never got above freezing last night and I still ended up with a skunk. So we get a few warmer days and they start moving around a little more, we may end up with another triple on skunks back in here. And we might even have it today, to be honest. But we'll get him out of here. We'll get that set remade, check the rest, and get some coyote sets made. And we're on to the next spot. All right, guys, we're making decent time through the line. Nothing's been messed with. No catches up until this point, but I do have a catch here. This is a brand new set this year. What I have is this bigger block of woods here, kind of down along the edge on the road over this way. I've made catches the last few years for you guys, and there's a slough down there. But when I set this, there was muddy tracks on the road out here, like that were fresh from that day because it had rained overnight. So I thought, well, I didn't want my set right next to the road because the road is literally right here. So I kind of come down in here, and kind of where this swell is be the ditch of the road. It looked like kind of all the trails kind of all funneled together right here. And we got ourselves the first raccoon of the year. So like I said, the trail kind of goes right out here up to the road. There's one right here goes out to the road. There's actually one over this way. But you can see we got ourselves a nice big coon. He's got to be a 25 pounder the way he looks. He's big and fat. But yeah, I just got a dog proof here. And again, like I said, the trail looks like it kind of goes right down the ditch. Kind of goes up this way, looks like a trail. Kind of right through here, there looks like a trail. And they all seem like they funnel together to right here. And then I use fish oil as a trailing scent. So I have my trap here, but I sprayed fish oil kind of around to hopefully get their attention, even if they were over that way. But all right, like I said, he looks like he's cold, but nice big look. I assuming a big boar raccoon. And that's what I want to be catching, because this is a wildlife area here. So saved a few pheasants and ducks in the spring. All right, we'll get this guy taken care of. We'll get moved on. This trap here was dug up yesterday. This one over here by this tree line had a nice big coyote in there yesterday, but we do not have a coyote today. We got ourselves a pretty healthy looking skunk. He looks like he's big and fat. Yeah, this is a pipe dream set. Like I said, I don't have too many pipe dream sets out, but this is a pipe dream set. And like I said, we got ourselves a big old skunk. Got nice stripes, but they're orangey color, real orange. But so yeah, we'll have to get this guy dispatched, and we'll get this set remade here. But not what I was hoping to see when I come over the hill over here behind us. I was hoping to see a nice coyote bouncing around in here again, but keep going, like I said. And then I'm remaking or re-luring my raccoon sets. We're re-spraying fish oil around them because it was raining the day that I actually put that whole line out. And I just kind of thought about it this morning. I should have probably a day or two later, once it started to dry up, I should have probably spread some more fish oil around them, you know, trailing scent to my traps. We're in this abandoned yard. We got the house here, you know, the building's over this way. I got my double box over there. It's got nothing in it, but this set here seems to be the set. Great big skunk coming in here again. Third skunk in this set alone, and I caught one more over there. It's 4, and I got one on the other side of this building over here. It's 5 just in this yard. And I've only caught 6 total now, so unfortunately it smells like this guy sprayed again, so he stinks. So I want to make a point. I switched to some 160s rather than like a 220 here, hoping that this wouldn't happen. The idea is that hopefully, I was hoping a little smaller trap, I get a little better catches. Like this looks like it's right over the legs, the front legs, that it would, you know, keep them from spraying. But apparently that's not the case, because I think this is at least the second, or if not all 3 of them in this 160 have sprayed to some extent. The first one wasn't too bad. The last one was pretty bad, and this one smells pretty bad now too. So kind of a bummer. Like I said, I mean, I like to save the essence, or not that I like to, but I save the essence as well. So, you know, anything they spray is devalue. One, that makes my pelt smell and all that, and I have to deal with that. Kind of makes me not want to even skin them. This one's got pretty decent stripes on there, a nice white tail on him, so we'll see if I end up doing anything with him or not, but it is kind of a bummer. All right, I'm not getting any less smelly standing here, so we'll get this skunk out of here. I got 2 dog proofs over here and one over here. We're gonna get relured and fresh fish oil around them. I don't know, I might have some catches too. And we'll just keep moving on. All right, guys, so we're not real far through the line here. Finally made it a catch. What I have, there's a abandoned house here. I have some sets over here, a double 220 box and a dog proof. And then we got an abandoned chicken coop here. There's a greenery on the other side, just some other small buildings. Nothing has been messed with in this yard the entire time I've been trapping. My balls haven't been knocked off my dog proof. Nothing's even ate the paste off my dog proofs. But I do have a coyote set here. I caught a couple coyotes back here last year. I had it over that way just a little farther last year, but we got ourselves Rocky the raccoon just laying here hiding like I can't see him. Like I said, there's been almost no sign here of raccoons. There's not really even like trails into the back of this building like there normally is. Like the sign here is just minimal, even though it was corn around here this year. And usually when there's corn, that means raccoons in here, but that hasn't really panned out. Got ourselves probably just a young of the year raccoon here, caught my coyote set. So I had a just coyote set. I didn't want, when I set this that first day, this was literally just soupy mud out here, and I didn't want to be out on that mud, so I literally kind of knelt on the edge like where they didn't work, and then kind of put the set over that way as far as I could kind of reach to my side to get it in here. Again, I checked this set, I rebaited and lured it yesterday, and bingo bango, we got ourselves a little raccoon here. I did mention before I left the house that, you know, it stayed above freezing all night, so these guys should have been moving around a little bit, and there you go. So yeah, we got quite a few checks. I'm only, I don't know if I'm even a quarter of the way through the line, probably less than that even. So it's good to have one in the truck early. It's not a very big one, but take every one I can get. We'll get this set remade. I've already checked everything else in here. Like I said, nothing else has been messed with. So I don't know. Like I said, there's just no trails in the grass. There's no sign that there's a lot of activity here, or really much activity here. It's kind of a bummer because, like I said, I mean, usually on years with corn, guy can, you know, catch 3, 4, 5 raccoons out of this yard, but it just, and I caught a few last year out of here, but all right, we'll get that guy out of here, get this coyote set remade, and move on. All right, guys, I don't know that I got to tell you where I'm at, but here we are by the house again. The old trail set here didn't get nothing today, but right over here, there's a stinker in my double box. So second one I've caught in my double box here. I just was talking with the landowner. Apparently I have another one over where I had the rat caught yesterday, so we'll get this guy out of here and take care of, and we'll go over by that other one and we'll take a little video of him for you. But this is number 6 out of this yard. The one over there is number 7 out of this yard, so would have to think I'm getting them pretty well cleaned up out of here, but man. All right, guys, so same yard here. Like I said, here's got this old granary here. Here's the barn that fell down. I had a skunk caught in here the very first check. I had a rat in this set yesterday and got myself a big skunk. He's right here. He's kind of standoffish, so we're not going to get any closer to him here, but we'll have to get this guy dispatched, get the set remade the best I can. Looks like he's been doing, sometimes they dig around the stake there, so I'll have to just kind of check that, make sure my stake ain't going to pull out of the ground there. And yeah, 2 in this yard again this morning. I said, you gotta think I gotta be thinning them out pretty darn good, but I don't know, apparently we're still catching them. Well, boys and girls, I'm going to admit it, I made a mistake here. We're going to give you a rundown of what happened here, and I'm actually glad things turned out the way it did, but it's kind of a bummer altogether. So what we have here is a big chunk of public hunting, and then on this corner there's this chunk of woods. I had the great big raccoon a couple days ago right down here, but I had a raccoon set, a dog proof, stuck in the ground, or it was right here, but there was a tree, well bigger than that one, so I mean like that big around, and I've tied to the same tree every year. It was probably as big around as like this one here. So hold on a second, there's a semi going by. So anyway, I don't know, my trap was right here. Somehow I had a catch. Had a catch here. You can see my golf ball's laying in the dirt right there. And you can see it looks like they chewed on this tree here. But my whole trap, the tree, there's actually 2 trees here that were, you know, one like that size and one bigger one that I had my trap tied to. But apparently the animal got the trap pulled out, or the tree chewed off, or whatever he did here. I'll look when I get back over there, but I just went and made a big loop out here because I figured, well, it's tied off to a tree. Maybe the tree will act like a toggle and it'll get hung up in this brush. So I made a couple swings back through the woods out here, and I was about ready to give up, and I thought, well, God, maybe he would head for the grass. So I thought, well, we'll walk down the ditch this way and we'll walk out in the grass over here. And sure enough, I got lucky. I actually walked by it once and didn't even see it on my way back. So here's my 2 trees, the 2 trees that were there, and another stick that it got tangled up in. But right here is my dog proof empty. So you can see, must have like broke the tree off there. So yeah, that's kind of, I'm glad I got my trap back. I'm glad there isn't an animal with the trap on his leg here. Who knows if somebody took my animal? I highly doubt that happened. I'm just assuming he got tangled up here in the grass and got himself pulled out, but we won't be toggling this off to a tree again. We're gonna run my cable stake into the dirt over there, but yeah, that isn't something you want to be doing every day, is trying to find an animal that pulled your trap. Kind of made me sick. As soon as I stopped, I'm like, something's not right here, because I'm like, I know where my trap was. I know there's these trees right next to it. I'm like, what's going on here? I don't know. I'm kind of sick about the whole thing. I mean, like I said, I'm glad I don't have an animal running around with one of my traps on his leg. So yeah, I guess we're gonna have to be a little more careful. I toggle most of my dog proofs off to a tree if I can, but apparently we're gonna have to be a little more careful as to what size of trees, and or I should just be pounding my stake in every time. Trouble is like I can't always get them back out, so you know, you waste the stake. But for 50 cents, I'd rather lose a 50-cent stake every year than lose animals and traps. And I don't know, I'm not happy about this at all, but we'll get this untangled. I'm gonna put it back in over there. That there's a trail comes right out right through there, so yeah, kind of a bummer, but a positive that I at least found my trap and the animal ain't walking around with it. So I would have to assume it was probably, I mean, a raccoon, obviously. That's what you're gonna catch here. You might catch a skunk, but a skunk ain't gonna do this. So all right, like I said, we'll get this get it untangled. We'll get back over there and put a stake into the dirt there and put my trap back in there, and hopefully we could catch something. Probably not this guy again, but we'll maybe catch something here. All right, guys, so we're moving through the line. Just checking the set over here. What I have is that one looks fine. What I have is a field change here between 2 quarters. There's a tree line running down that way. Big rock pile right in the middle of the section. And I don't know why or how I ever even really found this spot, but it's just kind of a random spot. And then like there's a farmyard up here. I have 2 coyote sets. I got one down on that end, right on the corner. Usually that's where I catch coyotes, down there. But I thought, well, we're gonna drop in. This is a pipe dream set here. But that's not a coyote in my pipe dream set. And man, the wind in the last like half an hour is like really picked up. It's blowing like 20 out here right now. And it was only forecast to get to like 10, 12 today, but. So we got ourselves a skunk right here in a pipe dream set. Looks like he's got the chain of the trap tangled around the actual pipe itself, but. Well, that makes 3 skunks for the day. Looks like he's got beautiful white stripes on him. I don't know how big the stripes are, but they look bright white. Looks like we're gonna be doing some skunks tonight for sure, but man, it's chilly out here now. Like I said, with that wind is just cutting through me here, but we'll get this guy out of here and get moved on, get this set remade the best I can here. It's a pipe dream set, so I don't really need much of a backer or anything like that, but there is like this wood chunk right here. I'll just set kind of by the pipe there, and we'll get this guy out of here, get moved on. Yeah, like I said, it's chilly out here now, so these skunks are slowing me down today. It takes quite a bit of time to get them dispatched safely without them going off on you. Get in, there we go, get out of the wind by the truck. But yeah, it's just slows me down here. Like I said, it's gonna take me probably 10-15 minutes to get this guy taken care of. I didn't mention it when I was over there, but when you get a skunk out in the open like this in the wind, it's usually when they're the most hair triggered. It seems like this guy's kind of chill laying there, but that's the ones that I've always had to watch when spraying is the ones that are on real windy days and are out in the open like this. So we'll be careful. I try to stay upwind them as much as I can, not like directly upwind so they ain't smelling you, but just try and stay so in case something does happen, the wind is kind of in your favor to help keep the scent off of you. So things are slowing me down. Catches that pulled my trap out, that one I spent quite a bit of time looking for that, so I'm glad I found it, but not what I wanted to be doing today. All right, let's get this guy out of here, get moved on. Kind of a middle of the day check because I hunted this morning, and then I gotta, some of these spots people are gonna be deer hunting, so I don't want to be checking them at 8 o'clock in the morning when sun up is at 8. So again, middle of the day check here. Kind of give you a little rundown of what we got here. So the last couple years I've caught coyotes and raccoons over here by these trees. There's a big draw or a big slough out here in the middle. There's actually a little strip over here that you couldn't work this year. And we got this abandoned barn, kind of abandoned yard here. There's a couple steel bins left in this old barn. It's been like 3 years since I've made a catch by this barn in dog proofs. And the way it looks to me, I hope you guys can see them. There is one raccoon right here and one raccoon right here. This one's big too, big fat guy. So yeah, I made a nice double back here. These sets have not been messed with the entire time they've been here or anything like that. They have not been messed with, and all of a sudden today, bingo bango, we got a raccoon right here and a raccoon right here. And again, this one here is big. Probably, he's 25 pounder. That one looks like he's a little smaller over here. We'll get a little closer to this one here. They're both caught good in there. So we got ourselves, this one here is a little smaller, but still a darn good sized raccoon. This is very interesting here. So I have a raccoon right here. Right here, my golf ball is setting on the edge of that board right over there. Let's see if I can get around this guy without him trying to attack me here. Right here is my golf ball. How did my golf ball get from over here where my trap was? You can kind of see right here, it looked like a little bit of a trail going into this building. Actually, right here, see the muddy footprints? There might even been more than just these two in here. All right, anyway, we'll quit fiddling around here, but good way to start off the morning. Oh, now he's gonna be feisty. 2 nice big raccoons. Geez, he's chasing me around. We'll get both of these guys taken care of. Nice thing is they're not in my coyote sets over there, which is awesome. It's only gonna take me 10 minutes. I'll have these two fixed up. Take me 20 minutes over there if they screwed up both my coyote sets. So on the board, we're gonna try and run through the line. I say quickly, but it takes the same amount of time all the time. Just depends on how much maintenance I have to do. But yeah, I'm hoping to make it out deer hunting again this evening, but we have a day of raccoons. We're starting off early here in the line. We got 2 already caught, so all right. It could be a long day, and we may be skinning tonight instead of going deer hunting, but I'll take that. I need a good day like that anyway, so we'll get these 2 out of here. We'll get moved on. Finally making a few raccoon catches, and at least I got 2 nice big ones. So I'll get out here quick. So I'm doing this in my truck. It's not actually terribly cold, but it is damp. It was foggy this morning, and it just is cutting through me today. So we'll get out and show you what I got here for a catch. I was actually kind of wondering if these traps are even still working. I was actually planning on doing a maintenance on them today anyway, because nothing's happened here in 5 or 6 days, and that's very odd in this particular location. So we'll get out, we'll kind of show you the location, and we'll show you what I got here. All right, so up here we have the house where I've been catching all the skunks. I think I got 7 skunks caught around that abandoned farm place up there. The farmer still has corn there and a strip of corn here. He's got his bean ground combine. And a few years ago, these were my hot sets, but they have not been hot yet this year so far. But we do have a catch here today. I have one set right here, which looks like it's nice and clean. We'll dump a little fresh urine on that guy. But over here, and I don't know if you guys could see, right here, there's kind of a trail. It goes kind of past my pole and then goes right out here down to this tree. So if anything, I thought a guy might catch some raccoons in these sets right away. All right, he's getting standoffish. So what I did, the wind was blowing this direction. I think I was standing right upwind of him. I try to get so my human scent isn't blowing right at him, and I think that it helps kind of keep him a little calmer. But we got ourselves a big skunk here, and he's pretty good sized skunk. Luckily he's front foot caught. The one I had in my coyote set a couple days ago was back foot caught, and I got lucky to get him dispatched, so without him spraying. But big skunk here. I also made sure my set was kind of off the edge, like this set is here, just in case they do decide to happen to work this ground, even though I don't think they will now. So at least not in the next couple days that I have their traps. So, but yeah, nice big skunk here. We'll get him dispatched and out of here, and we'll get moved on with our line. But made a catch for the day. So this makes 8 skunks now, just in this basically one location between here and up around this abandoned yard up here. So, but I would sure hope next year a guy maybe should hopefully catch not too many, if any, skunks here, because this is getting kind of ridiculous. So if anything, I almost feel like this makes my set better, to be honest. So as long as I can get him dispatched without him spraying. And so yeah, and like I said, the way where I am in my line, or not in my line, but in my season here, we'll have to see if I get this guy put up or not, or get him skinned and taken care of. Kind of see how the rest of my line goes today. But yeah, made a catch. So not really what I want, but made a catch. So all right, like I said, we'll get him dispatched. We'll get the sets remade here. Like I said, I'll get that set remade. I'll just spray a little fresh urine on that other set there, and we'll be moved on. Well, today's the day. We're pulling the line. I say we're because I got Pops riding around. He's helping out a little bit. We're a good third of the way through the line, I bet, with basically zero sign of any activity. All the coyote sets still been working. None of them been dug up. They all been still covered. The whole works. Right now there's a slough over here, and what I have is this bigger block of woods. We caught the giant raccoon on the other side of this, and I had that one pulled my trap a couple days ago, and I filmed that. But right in here we had, so there's kind of a trail right here, but there's nothing really good to tie to. I should just stake it solid down to the ground, But on this kind of trail here, this is where I've been putting it for the last few years. He's kind of being shy. Right here underneath the log, there's a big raccoon in there. But I got this one just tied off to this bigger tree here. And this set the other day, my set was about right here. And then I just sprayed fish oil kind of that way, and this way. And the coons kind of walk just inside this woods. They kind of make a little trail. If you look, it kind of goes right here past this cob of corn, goes that way. But the other day, this set is either yesterday or the day before, my trap was tipped over and way over here. Not set off, nothing. It was just knocked down and set way over here. So we'll try to get you. Trying to stay out of his catch circle, but he's being shy. There he is, hiding underneath his log. Doesn't look like a huge raccoon, but a decent sized one. Happy to have him on the last day, that's for sure. So yeah, we'll get him out of here and get this trap pulled. Like I said, I just got it tied to the tree right here. All right, we'll get him out of here and we'll move on. All right, guys, we're basically on the same block of woods. So here's the block of woods, and then it opens up. Like I said, it's like used to be an old farm place or something. So it's like straight on this side, and then it's a whole quarter of wildlife here. But I don't know if I showed it that well, but right here you could see the trail goes right here and it goes out to the road. And like I said, it goes right up here, goes right in between these two trees. And this is the set that they pulled my stake and we're down over here in the ditch the other day. But I see we got ourselves a coon here again today. So what I did that day, I put the stake and I pounded it in solid right here. And we're actually just going to leave the stake. We're just going to undo the swivel there. But a little bit smaller coon, not as big as the last. And the other one's a decent size, you know, maybe 20 pounds. This one's maybe 15 pounder, but nice little coon on the last day. We'll take it. Glad to have anything I can get at this point. So we'll get this guy dispatched. We'll get my trap pulled here and we'll be on our way. Just laying there chilling like Bob Dylan. Oh, I got him back foot caught. And then I got my second catch here. So I did catch a coyote on this tree line out here. I caught a coyote over there. Wasn't the last one, maybe like the fourth or fifth one I caught out of the 8. Was caught over here. They had worked, I had put sets out here. They were here like 2 days, then they worked this field. But so I remade the sets. The next day I had the coyote caught over there. And then right here what we got is kind of an abandoned farmyard. There's really nothing in here for buildings to put raccoon sets or nothing around. I've walked around them multiple years and there's really no sign. There's no like trails going anywhere where there's any raccoon sign. But this guy right here, I could see when I was driving, the road goes right by this guy's yard. You know, I come from that way and then down. I could see this guy shining. I'm like, all right, we got ourselves a catch. Until I got closer, then I realized what I had. He is back foot caught in my coyote set. So I got a big skunk here. He's darn good sized. He smells just a little bit, but we're gonna do my best to get him dispatched without him spraying. This set kind of was wonky. So I put this trap right back where it was, like literally the same trap bed, and then kind of dug out my hole again and rebaited it and lured it. So I wanted to make a point of that this morning too, and I forgot. So I did that on maybe, I don't know, maybe half, but a good chunk of my sets are literally put right back in the exact same trap beds. There was a couple of my dirt holes were dug out where, you know, a coyote come and dug my hole open so they could get the bait out of there. I actually backed my trap up on those like 4 or 5 inches further back. So I'm maybe like a foot back from the hole now, but I left that dirt hole dug like it was and I just threw my bait in the back with the idea that, you know, if they come along, they're going to think nothing's wrong because they got a free meal there before. But yeah, like nothing to mess with this set, so I dumped it in right in the same spot. It'll actually probably be a better set now after I get this guy out of here, because I actually have some loose dirt. It's real kind of lumpy and clumpy. You know, it wasn't really the best set anyway, so But nice big skunk. He's got beautiful white stripes on him the way it looks. So yeah, like I said, first catch of the day, kind of first catch of the second half of my season here. Wasn't hoping for this today, and I want to make one more point and then I'll let you guys go. So where I had the rat caught, that's where I caught all the skunks earlier. I had 7 caught out of that 1 yard and then 1 more in my coyote set back behind there. Right at the end, before I pulled my line before, the rats were starting to mess with me. They were knocking my golf balls off every day off my dog proofs, stealing my bait. You know, they wouldn't get it all in the first night, but like I just reset my ball back on. The next night it's knocked off again. There's less bait. So we'll have to see if that continues. So one dog proof, the ball was knocked off again. Another one, I had the rat caught in. So like I said, if that continues, we're gonna have to do something different there, which most likely means I'll just pull those 2 traps, because I can't just keep feeding the rats over and over again. If I pull the traps, I can't catch anything else. So, you know, and if I have a rat stuck in it, I'm not going to catch a raccoon in there, you know, because the rat's plugging it up. So, all right, everyone, we're making it through the line. We're quite a bit earlier than I have been making the catches. So, but we got ourselves a nice big raccoon here. I don't know how good he's caught in that MB 550. Sorry, kind of looking into the sun. He's giant though. He is big. And I don't know if he's chewed his foot or anything, so I don't want to have him pull out. He's right here, sitting there. That's a raccoon. I was hoping I could get him to move a little. So I could see. Oh, he looks like he's caught okay. So yeah, nice big raccoon. Doesn't really